We met at a happy hour before at Prime Bar. And I saw her sitting at the bar, and I looked at her, and I was like, those are the most gorgeous blue eyes I've ever seen. But I was very shy. I have no game at all. Didn't say anything.
Scott, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my vow,
as a symbol of my vow,
and as a pledge,
of
constant faith,
and
abiding love.
I remember my dad, who I look up to a ton, and my dad had always told me that you know when you're in love. It hits you. It's not something you question. It hits you hard, and you're obsessed with that person. You have to be with that person. You can't live without that person. And from day one with Taylor, I knew that I was in love with her. I knew it. Like, I don't know how to, what's the solution? And Scott goes, you need to find somebody you're obsessed with. And I'm like, whoa, okay. And then he goes, like, I'm totally obsessed with Taylor. And I looked at Scott and I looked at my buddy and I was like, wow, that's unbelievable.
You made the best decision ever. I mean, Taylor is not only, beautiful, obviously, but beautiful on the inside and out. Kind, thoughtful, laid back, always going with the flow. I mean, I'm sure it's tough to be a part of our very outspoken family, and you handle it beautifully and with so much grace. And it's just so wonderful to see as Scott's sister just how much he adores you, Taylor. You just can see it in the way that he looks at you and the way that he talks about you. It's just, y'all are one of the most mutually supportive couples I've ever been around. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard Scott say, oh, she'd never do that. And then you'd be like, oh, he'd never do that. I mean, it's almost just like, golly, it's just not fair.
To be loved but not known is comforting, but it's superficial. To be known but not loved is our greatest fear. But to be fully known and truly loved is a lot like being loved by God. So Scott and Taylor, and all who are gathered here, you are more known by God than you could ever comprehend, and you are more loved by Him than you could ever dare dream. And through the love and sacrifice that Jesus has offered to us all, you have been given the liberty, the humility, and the strength to love others with the sacrificial love that Paul is talking about. So sacrifice for one another, and love one another with the love that God has shown in Jesus. Love your spouse as Christ loved you. Lay your lives down for one another. Forgive and admonish each other. Be patient, kind, and humble towards one another. As you commit to each other, enjoy the action and the pursuit of love every day.
We'll do it all. Everything on our own.
I, Scott Haig, take you, Taylor,
To be my wife.
to be my wife,
To have and to hold from this day forward.
to have and to hold from this day forward,
For better, for worse.
for better, for worse,
For richer, for poorer.
for richer, for poor,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish,
Until we are parted by death.
until we are parted by death. This is my solemn vow.
I, Taylor Deaton, take you, Scott,
To be my wife, be my husband.
to be my husband,
To have and to hold from this day forward.
to have and to hold from this day forward,
For better, for worse.
for better, for worse,
For richer, for poorer.
for richer and for poor,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish,
Until we are parted by death.
until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
Now let's take it.
How I feel.
Scott, as a mom, there's so many times that people have come up to me and said, "Are you okay about losing your daughter?" I don't feel like I'm losing my daughter. I feel like I'm gaining a son I never had.
Scotty, she really loves you that much. I know this is true. And that's why I was so excited when you called me with some news. You told me that you were going to your lake house to propose, and I'm so glad that Taylor's the one you chose. You know, we're grown up when instead of shotgunning beers, we're celebrating your wedding, and I'm saying cheers. To two of my best friends who I couldn't be happier for, this is going to be a great year, and I wish you many more. Cheers.
I need your grace to remind me.
Taylor, I give you this ring
Taylor, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my vow,
as a symbol of my vow and as a pledge of constant faith and abiding love.
Would you love me just for me? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. All that I
Scott, you can kiss your bride.
Love you.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you all for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Scott Jeffrey Hay.